apart. So you just pull out your old roll of tape, have your new roll of tape, get the little tail flap. It goes over the back heel of the tape gun. You'll see that that slightly moves forward to make it easy to get in. I put the back end in first. Make sure it's flush to the below the top of the unit, and the tail comes out under the roller. If it can stick onto this side of the tape gun, you've got it in the right way. Trick to getting the lid back on, squeeze where my thumb and forefinger are, and that you can see makes it a little bit narrower when I go to put my lid back on.
Sometimes you might need to fiddle with your tape in order to get the cover back on or to get the tape in securely.
Your tape would then roll out and rip off, and your tape gun's ready to go for the day.
To seal your box, you run your tape gun across the top and down the side. If you give your wrist a quick flick, it will apply pressure on the tape and the tape gun, and it will cut smoothly. You need to make sure that the tape is flush and sticking on the box, so when it's placed beside other boxes, there is no chance that the tape can become loose and come off the box. Boxes should be grouped together and preferably stacked upright against a wall, with the biggest boxes at the back and the smallest boxes at the front. So that would mean porter robes against the wall, followed by picture packs if you're using them, then tea chests, and then book boxes at the front, easily accessible. Depending on how the courier has delivered the boxes, you may also need to bring them in from outside or from another room. If you set up your space so it's organised, it makes it quicker to access boxes.
The small boxes are called a book box. Heavy books, heavy pantry items and bathroom items go in your book boxes. This next box size is called a tea chest. Very versatile, and we use quite a lot of them on site. Picture boxes are obviously specialty pictures, and they've got a direction marked on the box, so it's important to note that so when you're taping them you know which way is the right way. The largest box is a porter robe. The porter robe also has a metal bar that goes in it, and I'll show you how to put that in the box. We often have bubble wrap and what we call a Patrick Butcher's paper, so there'll be several of those on site.
You might need to work with the project manager to do a box count or a product count before the packing commences. By having all of your boxes grouped together according to category, so all book boxes grouped together and all tea chests grouped together, it makes the process of doing a box count quicker. When you are doing a box count, you need to be able to identify the correct amount of product that's been sent on site, and you need to be able to identify what is second-hand and what is brand new product. The warehouse, when they send product, will have it grouped into bundles of 5, and they do try and have all second-hand boxes grouped together and all new boxes grouped together. However, you may find sometimes that in a bundle there has been a combination of new and second-hand boxes, so you need to be mindful and look out for that. You also need to check with the project manager and identify if all new product should be used first and then the second-hand product, or whether you need to use all of the second-hand product up first before you start working with the new product. And generally that's what happens, but you need to check that with your project manager before you start. Pick up the entire bundle and place them upside down. The reason that you do it in a bundle is that you only have to do that action once as opposed to doing it 5 separate times. This box is labelled, so it's clearly obvious that it's upside down. Next, we straighten it out, place the shorter ends in first, and then the longer ends in. Make sure your box is flush, and then you can tape. When you tape it, you want to make sure it's flush and the tape is sticking. Slide down the other side, and with a quick flick of the wrist, it's taped. Boxes have 2 strips of tape placed across them. If the box was secondhand and it was particularly fragile and you're a bit concerned, you may add an extra piece of tape on there, but that's at the discretion and obviously how the box is presenting. If items are going into storage, it's important that the boxes are sealed on either sides, and the reason for that is we want to try and stop any dust that goes into the boxes. You want to have enough tape so it goes over the side and covers down. You don't need to go right down, that's a waste, and you don't need to go right at the top because the purpose is to seal the whole side. Down here, seal the side, and then you tuck it in nicely so it's a neat edge, and your box is sealed. Once the walkthrough has been done with the client and the project manager, the boxes will need to be taped and prepared for packing. Depending on the size of the home and the job, all staff may work in one area preparing a series of boxes and stacking them on top of each other ready for packing, or it may be that you take a bundle of boxes off into the allocated room that you will be packing. You would then place them upside down and then you would start taping up the boxes. Depending on whether you have a lot of space available, you may tape up a number of boxes, or if space is limited, you might only tape one box up first, pack it, seal it off before preparing any other boxes for packing.